Hornbeck reporting from South Florida. If you're like me, you love spending hours and hours shopping in those big home improvement stores. Well, recently I was turned on to a store that offers a totally different approach to home improvement, and I couldn't wait to check it out. It's called Sheridan Lumber. So come on inside and meet two members of the Crespo Vidal family and see their amazing store.
It's a lumber-based retail operation that has branched out into specialties and architectural specialties without letting go its basic roots.
So you're really just another Home Depot or Lowe's?
Well, you know, we don't like to use names, so we use categories. There's a warehouse store, and they exist there for a reason. It's a very large market, but they can't take care of everything. They know it, we know it. The most silly thing for us to do is to butt heads on everything. We overlap a lot, but they do things, certain things that we can't do, and we do a lot of things they can't do.
First, tell me what materials overlap.
There's an overlap in basic building materials. You want roofing paper? We got roofing paper. You want cement? We got cement. You want 2x4s? We got 2x4s. That sort of thing. You want nuts and bolts? We got nuts and bolts. You want paint? We got paint. The difference is that every time we make a choice, we make a choice to upgrade the products. Everything here has a mother. We know where it came from, we know who made it, and we filter it, and we don't play games with it.
So what materials do you carry that they don't?
Original equipment products. For example, you have a home that was built in the 60s. There are parts of that home that were put in your house in the 60s that are no longer used. What comes to mind? An 1 5/8" clamshell casing. It's not in their repertoire. Plaster base may not be in their repertoire. And these are odd things that don't come to mind to everybody until you come here with a piece of it in your hand and say, I can't find this anywhere. Well, it's up there. We'll have a lot of those parts that were original equipment parts for the homes that were built in the 60s and the 70s.
How did Sheridan Lumber get its start?
Sheridan Lumber itself was incorporated in 1971. In lumberyard terms, we just started. Many lumberyards tend to have 100-year histories, and I know a bunch of them, and they're beautiful. Technically, our involvement in the lumber business started in the early 20s, and it started in Havana, in Cuba, and it started with my grandfather.
Do you still have family members in the business?
Yeah, we do. We've always had family members involved with the business. You know, currently I have a daughter, I have a son who are young and starting out in the business. Also too, for the longest time, my wife has helped me in the business. The original founder is still involved in the business, which is Mrs. Vidal. She's still actively involved in directing the feel and where the company has to go. Obviously, she's not involved with the day-to-day guts and glory and cutting wood and everything else, but she gives us the moral direction that we have to take to run a business.
How would you rate your customer service?
It's very easy to rate customer service. Customers tell you. When customers aren't happy, they let you know, without a doubt. And in the building material business, at least on the trade side, they let you know very fast and very vocally. On the retail side, sometimes it's not so vocal, and sometimes, you know, you have to ask. The customers will tell you, and they vote with their dollars.
My understanding is that you are great problem solvers. Is that true? And if so, can you give me an example?
We try to be, and again, you don't want to blow your horn more than you have to. A lady walks in here the other day, an elderly lady. She's looking for a door. It's a 2-4 louver or raised panel door. You say, well, what's that? Well, it's a 28-inch door. That's odd. 28 inches. It's standard, but it's one of those sizes that you don't see a lot. And it's a louver over raised panel. That means it's not a louver door. It's a door that has a louver or a raised panel. I'm standing by the counter. She says, oh, that's what I'm looking at. And I said, well, we don't have it, but I have it to you tomorrow. It wasn't hard for us. But she comes in and tells me, I've been to 6 places. And I wonder, what 6 places could she possibly have been that they don't know where to find us? So we jobbed it out.
What makes you stand out from your competition?
I think that what makes us special, and we're not the only ones. There are businesses throughout America and throughout the world that do the same thing. And that is when you're close to your customer. We don't use focus groups here to decide what our customers want. Our customers tell us. We're involved with our customers every day.
Sheridan Lumber is a building material dealer, and we're very good at listening to our customer. What do we have? We have all kinds of building materials such as lumber, sanded plywood, architectural moldings, doors, windows, glass, hardware, paint, sundries, about anything that you need to dress up your house.
Where do you get your materials?
From South America, from Russia, from the United States, from Canada. Anywhere where we can find that particular species. In fact, we have a lot of African Sapele. It's a version of mahogany with a ribbon grain, and it's very pretty. And that material grows in Africa. So it comes from Africa. It gets put on a boat and it gets brought here. People walk in, they pull it off the shelf, they have no idea where it came from. They just like it.
Why not stick with oak and maple?
Because people are looking for something different. People are looking for something unique. What makes everybody unique is that we are all different individuals. And if we all had the same cookie cutter house, we wouldn't stand out. And you got to keep up with the Joneses. So we have a little bit of everything. And somehow with that wide selection, all those ingredients that we have, that customer can make their home unique.
I understand you're combining your products. Can you tell me more about that?
We are combining our products. We combine our products often. What we do is we source out material from different vendors and we put them together in our shop. For example, if someone has an affinity for a certain piece of glass artwork, we'll source that glass from Canada. We'll source the door from South America. We'll bring both products into the shop and assemble it here. And then we'll provide a finished product to a customer. So we can actually take different raw material, change it, put it together, and get a unique product and give it to the customer. So that customer got a product that was sourced out from South America and from Canada, came down to Miami, put together, and into their home. It works good. It's nice.
Can you describe a recent project where you provided the materials?
The customer came in and the customer was interested in pine moldings and pine interior doors for their very beautiful house and plantation. And I recommended to the customer, why in the world are you using pine? Pine is one of the least expensive materials for interior doors or millwork. And I recommended we go with mahogany. And the customer really didn't know the difference. So I took a piece of pine and I stained it mahogany. I gave it the color that she wanted. And then she noticed that that's not really what she wanted. What she really wanted is what she sees in fancy libraries and courtrooms, because that's really what she wanted. She didn't want pine. She just said pine because she knew the word pine. She didn't know the word mahogany or cherry. We converted her to a much better species, a much better material, a much better door, a different design. And all of a sudden, that thought that she wanted, that idea, all of a sudden she realized that she was going to get it, and she got very excited. And we did more, and we ended up doing the whole house.
Anything new that you'll be carrying in the recent future?
We have the ability to change a run-of-the-mill builder staircase into an elegant staircase that you would see in Architectural Digest or Florida Design. We provide that product, and we provide it for anyone. And if someone comes in here and they don't have the technical know-how, but they have a picture, we can take that picture and we can take apart that picture and tell them everything they need to make that picture work in their home, because we know our stuff.
What do you see for the future of Sheridan Lumber?
Is to continue what we're doing now, only do it better. Continue to find out new sources for material, continue to surprise the customer with new and innovative ways of answering their home improvement projects, and to have all that material readily available at their service, to be fast, efficient, to listen, and to provide good customer service. And if there's a problem, fix it. Not be afraid to tackle new challenges, and always be looking for a new way to build the box.
I know what do-it-yourself means, but what is buy-it-yourself?
Is when a customer comes in and they don't know how to put the product together, but they know what they want. And they can't rely on their contractor because their contractor may not have their taste. So they'll hire a designer, and the designer will come with the customer into Sheridan Lumber, and then they're going to go and pick all that stuff that their installer is going to put together. The installer, it's really aesthetics. And to get the aesthetics right, it takes the builder or the contractor out of the equation, and it brings in the designer and the homeowner. And they buy it with their taste, and they use their contractor, their builder, their installer to make that taste come true. We provide that material.
What do you love most about what you do?
I love making somebody happy, because when someone's happy, I'm really happy. It brings much joy to my life. So when someone comes in frustrated that they've been all over town, they haven't been able to solve their small home improvement problem, whatever, that material that, you know, the elusive peak column or what have you, and then being able to say, hey, that's easy, we can handle it. And it is easy. And that customer is wowed. The customer likes it. And that's really what I love the most about my job.
Is this a home improvement store or what? Sheridan Lumber has materials in stock from all over the world, a fabulous wood shop, and great customer service to boot. I wonder if they'd let me be the Sheridan Lumber tool time girl. This is Nancy Hormack reporting for Close Up on America's Business.